Coming in at number 5, we have the DUNKLEOSTEUS, or the terrifying fish. Hey everyone, my name's Zane and welcome back to the Planet 1UP YouTube channel. Today we're going to be checking out the top 10 terrifying animals you are glad are extinct. So let's just get started. Coming in at number 10, we have the ARTHROPLEURA, which is a giant millipede. If you're afraid of bugs, then you must be happy to know that this giant one is no longer around. The ARTHROPLEURA was an ancestor to the modern day millipedes and could grow up to 2.5 meters long. These creatures are actually the largest known land invertebrates of all time, and understandably, they wouldn't have many predators. It was composed of approximately 30 joint segments, each of which was covered by 2 side plates and 1 center plate. Despite its massive size and nightmare-inducing shape, it's mildly comforting to know that it was actually a herbivore. Coming in at number 9, we have the TITANOBOA, or giant snake. Speaking Parseltongue probably wouldn't even save Harry Potter from one of these enormous prehistoric snakes. Found in Colombia an estimated 60 million years ago, this snake could grow up to 12.8 meters long and weigh up to 1,135 kilograms. To give you some perspective, the biggest snake species at the moment is the green anaconda that can grow up to around 8.8 meters. One of the really cool things about the first remains found was that the skull was intact. This is really rare, as the skull of a snake is made up of lots of delicate parts that usually fall apart and break down over time. Coming in at number 8, we have the HALLUCIGENIA, or nightmare worm. This bizarre creature looks like something straight out of a nightmare, and it took scientists a long time to actually classify it as something. For a while, it was thought to be an appendage of a larger unknown animal. Eventually, it was determined that it was an ancestor of the living velvet worm. It was long and tubular, like most modern worms, with up to 8 pairs of slender legs, each ending with a pair of claws. Its odd body shape also made identifying the head and tail ends of the creature very difficult. Fortunately, unlike most of the other creatures on this list, the HALLUCIGENIA was only about 5.5 centimeters long. Coming in at number 7, we have the HELICOPRION, also known as the shark with the sore mouth. Fossils of this giant fish have been found from Australia to North America and Asia, dating back to an estimated 290 million years ago. Its most unique and terrifying feature is the structure on its bottom lip that kind of looks like a circular saw, known as a tooth wall. Not only that, but this creature would have grown to be about 10 meters long. Unfortunately, because the shark is made entirely of cartilage, the remains of these fish breakdowns and fossils of them are rare, so we have to guess as to what they would have even used their weird teeth for. Coming in at number 6, we have the PHORUSRHACIDAE, or the terror bird. Given the nickname terror birds, it should be easy to understand why this carnivorous bird made it onto our list. This was a diverse group of flightless birds, similar to emus and ostriches, except these birds were predators. They lived in South America up until an estimated 2 million years ago, and they could grow 3 meters tall and could reach speeds up to 48 kilometers an hour. This means that not even the fastest human alive could outrun this terrifying creature. And if that wasn't enough to scare you, their beaks were so strong and sharp that they could kill other animals by striking their heads downwards and cracking their skulls. Coming in at number 5, we have the DUNKLEOSTEUS, or the terrifying fish. This terrifying fish grew to be 6 meters long and weigh 1,000 kilograms. They lived an estimated 360 million years ago. And what made this fish unique was that it had a 2-part bone armor exterior that probably made it slow but powerful. It didn't have teeth, but bony plates that made its mouth similar to a beak shape. It actually kind of looked like it had fangs that were continually sharpened as this predator opened and closed its mouth. So much force was generated by this rapid movement that it didn't even matter if you had a shell or not. This fish was going to eat you if it wanted to. Coming in at number 4, we have the SPINOSAURUS, which was the largest dinosaur ever. If you've seen Jurassic Park 3, you already know what this giant beast looks like. The Spinosaurus was a dinosaur that lived an estimated 100 million years ago, and is the largest carnivorous dinosaur ever recorded. This massive predator was bigger than the T-Rex, weighing in at about 90,718 kilograms. You'd think a dinosaur of that size would feed on large prey, but since its teeth aren't serrated and it could swim, its diet most likely consisted of fish. Okay, we're getting into the top 3 now. Next we have the DEINOSUCHUS, or giant crocodile. With a name that means terrible crocodile in Greek, I am personally happy that this ancient creature is no longer around. Living an estimated 83 to 72 million years ago, this croc would have grown to around 10.6 meters long and weighed around 6 to 7 tons. Its size is not the only scary thing about this animal. It also had a bite that was over 6 times stronger than the modern day crocodile and stronger than the T-Rex. This bite was so powerful that they have found ancient turtle remains with massive bite marks in them. Well, half of the remains at least. Coming at number 2, we have the ANOMALOCARIS, or the giant shrimp. Growing up to a meter long, these sea-dwelling predators had unique and terrifying tentacle-like arms extending out from their mouth, which they could use to grab their prey. Because of how weird this creature was, it actually took scientists a long time to identify, because they thought that the fossils they were finding were a combination of different fossils on top of each other. Through fossil remains, they were thought to have eaten animals with hard bodies. Because of all of these facts, scientists believe that this creature was one of the very first predators in existence. And in first place we have the Megalodon. This giant shark is probably the most famously known extinct species, being featured in its very own feature films. With a name that means big tooth, this shark would have lived an estimated 23 to 3 million years ago and is considered to be one of the largest and most powerful apex predators to have ever existed on the planet. Growing upwards of 18 meters long, they were almost 4 times as big as the great white sharks are today. If you're still having a hard time visualizing how big this shark was, this shark would have been big enough to hunt ancient sea turtles, seals, and even whales by simply biting them in half. That is terrifying. Well, that's everything we have for you in this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and if you did, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, so you never miss an amazing video from the Planet 1UP channel. And if you want to, make sure to go and follow me on TikTok, where I also create amazing videos like the one you just saw. So again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!